Good morning! It is, I want to say 4 p.m. on the last day of spring break. Oh no. Yesterday, I got to go to Goodwill, and then I went swimming with my cousins and got my first sunburn of the season. Yay! This is a PSA because I am sick and tired of the overtake of, because I collect records, so I frequently hear, you can just stream it. We have an Apple subscription. I don't like your tone with me. So, this is a, a dive into my favorite pieces of media. Does anyone care? No, I care, and that's all that matters. So yeah, this is a deep dive into. I'm a reader. I'm a big reader. I think, yeah, my shelves are back there. I'm a big reader. Like I said, I collect records, so I have a lot of those. I'm not into CDs. That's my sister's thing. So books, records, and today we're gonna go crazy with some DVDs. So yeah, think that's the plan. That's the plan for now. Maybe if we're lucky, I will show you my Curious George collection because he's my favorite guy and I have a lot of his merch. So that's the plan for now. Okay, as my chosen microphone today, I believe this is Hermione Granger's wand. I don't really get behind J.K. Rowling these days, but I used to mess with her when I was a kid and she wasn't as problematic. So that's the motivation. I do quite enjoy Harry Potter, but like I said, I don't get behind J.K. Rowling and her incessant being evil on the internet and in person and in her writing because when I was younger I didn't see the like how she named some of her characters like things that are like my favorite character, Remus Lupin, the werewolf. Wolf, the werewolf. Um that's a less severe one, but like the racist name, whatever. I don't get behind her, but I do enjoy some of the stories. So, yeah. Okay, so I think we'll start with books because I think that's the mm, I think that's the biggest stack here. So, I think that's where we'll start. Oh my gosh. Out of breath. I had like 6 cups of coffee this morning because we stayed home from church today. I'm very sad, but I don't actually know why we did, but we did. Okay, so to start off, this is going to shock you. It's a Bowie book. It is a biography of the people who impacted him and the people he impacted. There is a picture of him with P. Diddy in here. We're going to have to ignore that because if we don't ignore that, that will. He didn't know. Okay, this was before all of it. He died like 10 years ago. Anyway, this is a good one. I have recently gotten more into nonfiction. I used to be strictly a fiction girl, but I'm trying to get more into nonfiction. So I think this was a good one to start because the way it's written is like it's more diary entries or not diary entries, but like short excerpts rather than like long paragraphs. So this is a good one to start, especially for me because I love David Bowie. I don't know if you knew that or not. The next one, Kamala Harris, The Truths We Hold. This is an autobiography. So she wrote this one. This is about I think her first run for senator. Yeah. Yeah, this is her run for senator. It explains why she believes what she believes, how strongly it's not as much of a personal story, but it is more of a personal story than some of her other books I've heard. Um but yeah, it just says why she believes what she believes. It explains how she grew up. It's I really enjoyed this book. I actually bought this one and the Bowie one at the same time. At the same bookstore. So, yeah, I really like this one. The next one, Animal Farm, George Orwell. I think I could probably talk about this book for years and years. Honestly, I could there's so I don't know if I actually hang on. I didn't write in it, but I like highlighted and annotated it pretty well cuz I read this one at the beginning of 2025, like right around the time that someone took office in some place. But I read this one and it's really startling to read this and see how many parallels can be drawn between this and I could talk about this one for hours, but I think this should be like mandatory for every person to read ever. I think that this is it's a cautionary tale, I guess. It's an enjoyable piece of fiction, but if you look at it and analyze it, it's a lot deeper than just that, obviously. People talk about how like George Orwell must have been some kind of prophet cuz how did he do that? But truly, I think the way this is written and all of that, it's so startling because like we really don't see it like in the book when they have the what four legs good, two legs bad, whatever that slogan was, and they were just changing little tiny pieces like little letters or switching it around. But everyone is illiterate. All the animals are illiterate, so no one notices. I think that that is very poetic and very applicable to what we see in day to day life. Um, now, so that one, as a joke, I moved it to my nonfiction section. But moving on to the fiction, I just have a stack of books over here. This one, Dead Poet Society. Another one I could talk about for hours. I'm very passionate about any piece of media that I consume that I love. So obviously you can see annotated that pretty heavily, but I did a book report on it my freshman year of high school. So yeah, but I could talk about this one for hours. Again, this is just a very coming of age story, and even though it's about a group of boys and there are like no female characters with any depth to them, I think this can be read by anyone and applied to anyone's life, which I think is something that is not as easy to find because it's a group of boys with like no girl characters with like any personality traits or any definable things other than being love interests for the male characters, which is I don't enjoy that, but in this book I think it works because the boys are so multifaceted, like Neil, who's into theater, Neil Perry, who's into theater, that he has so much depth to him that it can be applied to female or male or whatever. So I think that this one is one of my favorite coming of age books. This one and The Perks of Being a Wallflower, probably. I would say I did like the movie better than the book for both of these, which is crazy, I know, but I would say that. Yeah. Next one, I also read this one freshman year. If We Were Villains. This one, I'm gonna be honest, I know that I talk about this one to anyone who will listen, but I can't remember what it's about. I think it's about like a murder mystery, and it was really good, and it was like the dark academia vibe, which I don't really care about, but it was a really good book. It was very, again, coming of age because it's a YA book, but yeah, so I liked this one. The next, oh my god, we're getting into the good parts. Okay, I read this one, probably younger than I should have. Daisy Jones and the Six. Oh my god, it's like a spoof of Fleetwood Mac, I guess. Daisy Jones and the Six is a band. Daisy Jones is the main character. They're like a rock band in the 70s, so it's Fleetwood Mac. Daisy Jones is very Stevie Nicks esque. They made a show about it. Like the show has its own music. It's very good. The show was good. Obviously, book was better. I say that as though I didn't just say the last several were better in the movies. But yeah, this one is so good. It is. I think it switches POVs. Hang on. Okay, it's written like a script, actually. I read it so long ago, I can't remember. But it's written like a script. So, it's an interview between a narrator who we don't really know and all of the members of the band, and it's revealed at the end that the interviewer, it's revealed her like her part in all of it. So this one really good, especially if you're into classic rock like I am. Again, it's so good. Um yeah. Yeah, I like this one. This one, I think everyone needs some John Green. Okay? John Green is, it's a stereotype, but he is one of the best authors I've ever read, because like every now and then he's one of those authors that just you have to read it every now and then, because if you read it just nonstop, it will kill you. Like when I read The Fault in Our Stars and I was really young, and it kind of ruined my life for a little bit. But I'm also just really dramatic and I feel really deeply for all of the characters. But this one is, again, coming of age. Because I'm a high schooler, so I read a lot of coming of age books. Um, Gosh, this one's just so good. Alaska is a very complex female character, but at the same time, she's very simple. Like, she's easy to understand, but she's very deep. So I love her. Next one. This is the part where you have to hear me out, okay? This this is a rom com, all right? Abby Jimenez, I have a signed copy, so not to brag or anything. Abby Jimenez is one of my favorite authors in terms of rom coms. I think that she is so talented. Um, I don't read smutty books, okay? I don't like them, which is why I appreciate her so much, because she can have a deep and like complex relationship without it just being solely smut, and she can have, she's very good at what she does. She's very good at the romance. This was her first book that I ever read. Um I have like everyone she's ever written. But I love her. Um this next one, this is a series, okay? The whole series is good, but this is my favorite and most people's favorite. Finding 13, Chloe Walsh. Can I say any person in this book's name out loud? No, I can't. Is there a like glossary at the front so you know how to phonetically say their names? Yeah, there is. Did I read it? No. Um this one is often put on the spicy table at Barnes and Noble, and that makes me really mad because there's like there's not really much spice in it, okay? And I'm sorry if that doesn't appeal to you. Whatever. I love these books. I love these books. I think Binding 13 and Keeping 13 are the best of the Boys of Tommen series, but all of them are so good. And Joey and Shannon's relationship is so. Can, how many times am I going to say complex? It is, though. It is. It is. It's just so good, okay? Next. This is a theme, okay? I am really into dinosaurs. Um, Hit on me all you want. I think, okay, I know that she's not an actual dinosaur. I know she's a prehistoric reptile. I don't care. The Mosasaurus is the coolest creature in the Jurassic franchise, movie wise. However, she's not a dinosaur. And I know that, and I know that, and you don't have to tell me that, okay? I just think she's the coolest. Anyway, this one, I don't have a hard copy because I read it on my Nook. I got one of those for Christmas. It's like a Kindle. I read it on my Nook, and it was good. The first one I liked better than the second one. The second one I got through a lot slower. Um, but I think we all know Jurassic Park. Okay, it's pretty straight. This is the sequel to Jurassic Park. I don't have the first one hard copy because I read it on my Nook. Okay, this is the actual fantasy part, right? Okay, okay. Carry on, carry on, Wayward Son, and I think it's called Any Way the Wind Blows. I read these many years ago. It's just your classic like franchise. Like it's a story about these two high school boys. High school. They go to like some kind of weird British boarding school, I think. I don't know. Rainbow Rowell, she writes in a way that is very easy to understand, but it's very easy to like misinterpret, I guess. Like, look at the cover. What do you think this is about? You're wrong. It's very. Uh, I like all of her books. I think they're all very good, and they're like, when you sit down to pick like a movie to watch, and I just want a spoofy movie, but I want a good one. That's kind of how these are. Next. Hmm. Again, I love this book. I've read it a billion times. The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. Oh my gosh. It's so beautifully told, and it is. I have the special edition because for some reason it was cheaper at Barnes and Noble to get the special edition. But it's so beautifully told, and it is very. Mm, for me, this is one that like defined a period of my life. Like when I think about this book, I think about that time of my life. Like it was a summer a few years ago. It's so because this is probably on purpose, but if you've seen like The Age of Adeline, I think that's what it's called. It's kind of similar to this one. Um, yeah, Addie LaRue is a very surface level character, but at the same time, there's so much you can interpret about her, which I think is the best kind of character because she's very flatly described, and she's very like there's one way. Like there's in the book she's described one way, but you can define her so many other ways if you give her a chance, which I think is really beautiful. The next three, okay, this is a series, this is a universe, this is okay. Okay, Shadow and Bone. The show was good. I love Ben Barnes. The show was good. Okay, it doesn't follow really. I mean, the first season kind of follows the first book, but they kind of crammed all of the characters from all of the different series in the universe into it, and none of the timelines line up. So it's not book accurate, but the series is good. Okay, so this one is a trilogy. Shadow and Bone is a trilogy. I think it's a YA series. It's straightforward, but I love it. Next, I would say in terms of reading order, Six of Crows. I have the special edition, my most prized possession. Thank you, Harley. I love this thing. This one is the one with the characters that stick out to you the most. I think they're very different. They have like all the different aspects that you would think that you need in a group of friends, but they're kind of colleagues. I don't know, but it's very beautifully written, and it's one of those series that like really sucks you into the world. Like I liked dystopian books for a while, so The Maze Runner really spoke to me when I was younger. This is kind of like that in terms of like a group aspect. It's just the characters are the big part of this one, and the next one I would say is more of a romance one. King of Scars. I haven't read any of these in a long time. I'm not really up to date on this. But King of Scars was so good, and it was twisty and turny, and it had characters that like you wouldn't think it would have because it follows. I don't want to say inconsequential, but it follows a not main character from Shadow and Bone. Um, and it's kind of just his love story. Um, yeah, but it's very good. It's your classic YA series, I would say. Um, how many times am I gonna say it's really good? A few more. Um, yeah. So that's it for books. I think those are again, those are all ones that I love. There are more that I loved, but these are the ones that really spoke to me that I have hard copies of. Obviously most of them have adaptations, like film adaptations, but I really would say read the books. Because I also love Good Omens. Do you know Good Omens? I love Good Omens. Neil Gaiman. I don't know how to say his name. Is very problematic. Okay, okay, but that one is really good. The adaptation doesn't really follow the book. I think the first season does a little bit. But again, once you go more than one season on a series that only has one book, you kind of lose the plot. Anyway, those are all the books that I really enjoy that I think really shaped me as a person, and that may be a bit dramatic, but allowing yourself to be impressionable by characters and by people you associate with in books that you really resonate with, I think that can help you really find your way. So these are, again, even if you're just looking at it politically, if you're looking at it just straightforward, if you're not interpreting it, these are all just they're easy to understand books, I would say. Um, but yeah, those are all my book recommendations and the ones that I enjoyed. Okay, we're back. So I think now we'll do records, save DVDs for last. Okay, so most of my records are hand-me-downs. I got them from my pop-pop, my grandpa, um, who got them when these albums came out. So most of mine were free. So thank you, pop-pop. This is not by any means all of my records. These are just my favorites and the ones that were really speaking to me today when I was picking them out. So yeah, first off, we have Don McLean, American Pie. Um, I think it's a song. What I've heard, it's about when Buddy Holly died, like the Weezer song. I hate Weezer. This is that's what that is. Um, so you've probably heard it. You've probably heard it. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's one that even if you're not typically into that style of music, I think you'd probably enjoy it. Okay, the next one will kind of throw you for a loop in terms of that aspect of things. Bob Dylan Greatest Hits. This is one from my pop-up. I got the Don McLean one at this secondhand record store in my mall that mysteriously disappeared, and it's like it was never there. So I don't know what that one's deal was. Sorry, the sleeve in this thing is all screwed up. Yeah, Bob Dylan Greatest Hits. On this one is like blowing in the wind. The times they're changing. It ain't me, babe. Like the greatest hits. It ain't me, babe. If you're not really educated in the classic rock area, is the one that they sing that Joan Baez and Bob Dylan sing in the Timothy Chalamet biopic, which I watched and it was fine. It's not anything to write home about, but it was fine. I'm not really into biopics typically because they never really do justice. Like spoofy ones are fine. How many times am I gonna say spoof? Anyway, funny ones are fine. Like, but that one was I wasn't a huge fan, but it wasn't bad. Next, Queen Greatest Hits. I typically am more into like British classic rock than American classic rock, but it really depends on the day. Um, Queen Greatest Hits, obviously, it's the greatest hits. Under Pressure isn't on this one, which I love David Bowie, so I'm kind of disappointed in that. But this album is really good. I have the Target version, so the discs are red. But yeah, this one is good. Next, again, from my pop-up. Led Zeppelin 2, I think. This one has, like, hang on, I haven't listened to it in a while. This one has, like, a whole lot of love on it. It has Ramble on it. This one is just really good. It's it's just a collection of songs, like most albums. It's, yeah. Yeah. Next, another Led Zeppelin. This one, I think the album is just called Black Dog. Okay? I don't actually know, but I know Black Dog is on this album. So, I Mess with Black Dog Heavy. It's probably the most notable song from this record. I like Led Zeppelin. They're not my favorite, but I do really enjoy their music. Next, this next part is going to absolutely shock you. David Bowie. He's right behind me, isn't he? Yeah. David, he's, this is probably his most popular album. Like most of these. I promise I'm not a fake fan, okay? This is probably his most popular album, Ziggy Stardust. The Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars. It's a really long title. But this is definitely the most recognizable cover, I would say, and probably has, like, this is the one with Starman on it, so you probably know this one. Next, again with the David Bowie, this one has Changes and Life on Mars on it. I Oddly enough, I only have 2 Bowie records. Yeah, they're just, yeah. Because most of mine are secondhand, and my pop-up was more like American classic music, like classic rock, and I'm more British classic rock, but this one is good. My 2 favorite Bowie albums probably are these 2, which is why they're the ones I have, but yeah. This next one, Rolling Stones. Rolling Stones, Hot Rocks, 1964 to 1971. This is basically a greatest hits album. It's not technically, but it has Wild Horses, Gimme Shelter, Satisfaction, Paint It Black. Like, this is the good ones. So, this one's very good. I love this album. Next. Oh my gosh. Sun's in my eyes. I don't know if you can tell. Bon Jovi! I I love Bon Jovi. I they're kind of cringe in terms of like listening to them, but they're so. Oh my gosh! My favorite song is "Wanted Dead or Alive," I think, or I really like "Runaway." In case you were curious, Bon Jovi. This is, I think, my most recent buy. Honestly, I bought this one for my birthday, and yeah, it's pretty good. Next, okay, we're getting into soundtrack territory. You got to stick with me here. Barbie. I really think this is one of the best, like, original soundtracks for a movie. Obviously, ones with like curated, already existing songs are really good. But this one, I'm Just Ken, was, in fact, my number one played song in the year 2024. Okay? I really like that song. That's not true. My number one played song was Heat of the Moment by Asia. Yeah, if you get it, you get it. This one, I'm Just Ken, is really just beautiful, I think. However, it still bothers me to this day, that whole controversy of why did Ryan Gosling get the, I can't remember what it was. Why did he get that rather than Margot Robbie? I'm so serious. This is ironic. Okay, moving on. We got more Ryan Gosling. La La Land, my favorite horror movie. Oh my gosh, who came up with this? Now the music is really good, obviously, or I wouldn't have bought the record. However, who wrote this? I'm not mad. I just want to talk. I do love this album though. It's a really good album. Yeah. Okay, next is kind of what I was referencing earlier about the like curated list of songs that already exist. Also, I dyed my hair red. Can you tell? Pink, red. I don't know. That's cute, right? Thanks. Okay, next, Guardians of the Galaxy. These are, in fact, some of the best songs ever. I can't remember which volume it is. This is volume 1, right? I think this is volume 1. Yeah. Um, I can't remember. I really like whichever one has Fox on the Run on it. I can't remember which one that is. But I think this is probably collectively the best one. It has like Hooked on a Feeling, Spirit in the Sky was my grandpa's favorite song, so it's nice to hear that one. It does have a David Bowie song on it. Yay! So yeah, this one banger. Now that one, it does have like the score from the movie built into it, which is fine. I don't think I've ever listened to that disc, but it's nice to have if I like want it for background noise, I guess. Next, I'm gonna throw you here. Reputation, Taylor Swift. Okay, can I say something? I love Taylor Swift. I can't pretend I'm not a fan of the pop music. I could never pretend. I would never pretend. I'm proud of it. Her music is, no matter where you stand on her as a person, if you break down her lyrics, she is such a poet. She's such a poet. And recently, there have been more problematic things. This album, oh my, it is life changing. Okay, now it's maybe not her most poetic. I would say my favorite album of hers is Midnights. I think the 3 a.m., the deluxe version, whatever. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, how did you do that? She's such a genius, or she used to be such a genius. Her newest album is not my favorite, but that's okay. That's fine. I joke around about how if it was anyone but Taylor Swift, The Life of a Showgirl would have been career ending. But some of the songs on it are good. Like Ruin the Friendship, banger. Anyway, this one, Getaway Car, changed my life. I love that song so much. I have the picture disc. This thing was $50. $50! But it's a really good album, so it was worth it. Okay. Next! REO Speedwagon. I got really into REO Speedwagon my sophomore year. I love REO Speedwagon. I think my favorite song of theirs is Take It on the Run. Which again, this is a greatest hits album, okay? Are we surprised? No. But Take It on the Run is obviously on here because that is one of their most popular songs. I would say their most popular is probably Can't Fight This Feeling. The Glee cover. You guys know the Glee cover? I actually like that one. But this one's really good. I like this one. We're nearing the end. Don't worry. Fear not. Hotel California! The album. I love the Eagles. They are one of my favorite bands. I don't think my favorite band is Fleetwood Mac, but I don't think I grabbed Rumors when I came over here. So, yeah. But the Eagles, Hotel California is a really good album. The cover is really pretty. I have a vinyl wall up there, so I like to display this one like in the summer because it's very pretty. I like the edits to Hotel California. I like that you can check in anytime you like or check out anytime you like, but you can never leave. What does that mean? Anyway, it's a good album. Next. Eagles' Greatest Hits. Because a lot of their good songs are not on that album. My favorite song of theirs is, I think, Take It to the Limit or Witchy Woman. I love both of those. Banger album. Finally, ABBA! I love ABBA. I do like Mamma Mia, which is, I think it's all ABBA music, I think. But obviously, ABBA did it better. But I love ABBA. Yeah. It's definitely more of a summer album and like more summer music for me, but I dabble in other seasons of the year. Really, any form of media is really associated with a season to me. Like, I can't watch Jurassic Park unless it's the summer. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. Or Grease. I can't watch that unless it's summer. Hey, whatever. But yeah, that's it for records. I mean, I have a lot more, but those are all the ones that I have on me right now. Yeah. Okay, final part. We're almost done. This is the finish line, okay? So, this is okay. This is the DVD part. This is by no means all of my favorite movies and shows. This is just a few of them that I have been able to find on DVD. First up, these don't have any covers on them. They have Goodwill tags on them. These are Muppet movies. These are just a bunch of Muppet movies because I do quite mess with the Muppets, okay? Not to the level I know some people do. Oh, this is the Maze Runner. So, but the other two are Muppet movies. Like this one, Muppets in Space. The other one, I cannot remember which one it is. I don't have a TV in my room. Muppets. The Muppets Take Manhattan. I don't have a TV in my room. Sometimes I'm allowed to use the family laptop, but I have my phone. If I want to watch a movie, I watch it on the family TV. Whatever. But that's my Muppets and one Maze Runner DVD. Next, Jurassic Park box set. Most of these are from Goodwill. Because I live in a family where if you want it, we'll buy it on Prime Video if we're going to buy it. Which makes me so mad! Anyway, this is all of the Jurassic Park movies, all 3 of them. Just has a cool little box that looks like the gates to Jurassic Park, you know? So, I mean, my favorite would probably be, I'm trying to remember the third one. I do like the third one. But I think the first one, just because it's a classic, you know? So that's my Jurassic Park collection. Next! Another Maze Runner DVD. I mentioned this earlier. I loved the Maze Runner when I was younger. I had, what is it? Newt's letter from the Death Cure. I had that thing memorized. I could recite that any moment of any given day. I think it was on some of like my old worksheets I would have for school. I would just write that down if I finished early. I loved these movies. I loved this franchise. Yeah. So, the Scorch Trials. Next. Okay. Coraline, again from Goodwill. I think everyone loves Coraline. I don't think I've met a single soul who doesn't like Coraline. It's very, everyone's seen it. Everyone knows it. Yeah, it's good. I don't know if you can hear it rattling in there. Okay. Next, this is kind of okay. This is the crazy part, right? I had a phase where genuinely the only thing I watched on TV was Flushed Away. I can quote this movie scene by scene. This was my birthday gift. Life-size Roddy Rat cutout that my dad made me. What? What? I had this piece of paper. It was a printed out picture of Roddy St. James from Flushed Away that I would just hand to people. If I didn't know how to have a conversation with them, or if I just was, whatever, if it was awkward, I would just hand them a picture of Roddy Rat. Okay? Okay? That was my guy. I take him places with me. He comes and watches movies with me in the living room. I don't go to the movie theater very often, unfortunately. It's too expensive because I have a family of 4. So it's like $1 billion to go see a movie. Anyway, yeah. So I love Flushed Away. He's gonna stand right there for the remainder. I love Flushed Away. I love Aardman. I don't know if you can tell. My hamster's name is Gromit. I love Wallace and Gromit. I've seen. I've been banned from talking about them because I watch them so much. I just love Wallace and Gromit. It's so cozy. I saw someone refer to it as the British mundane. Whatever that means. I'm a fan. I love Wallace and Gromit. I would say my favorite, unfortunately, is Wallace and Gromit. Vengeance Most Foul, the one of the featured films. It's just so good. It's just so good. Gromit he's such a brave soul for putting up with Wallace. He's a braver man than I am. I'm not a man. He's braver than I am. Wow. It's very impressive. So, Aardman Studios Early Man. Also, oh my gosh, that one was so good. I haven't seen any of the Chicken Run films. Should I watch those? I don't know. I just downloaded Letterboxd recently. But Flushed Away. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. These are both for my birthday. One of them was from my friend Bryn, because she's the one who showed me Flushed Away for the first time. Thanks, Bryn. But yeah. So the other one was from my parents, and like it's a common thing about me. Everyone knows that I love Flushed Away. And I know that Roddy Rat got like memeified by like the when my best friend shows me the guy that broke her heart, and it's just a picture of Roddy Rat. Hey, it's deeper than that. Hey, don't dog on my guy like that, okay? Anyway, next. Okay. I have been on a real Bill Pullman kick. Take that how you will. My favorite rom-com ever is While You Were Sleeping. I don't have that on DVD, but it is in my Letterboxd 4 favorites. I love While You Were Sleeping. I really do. I think it is one of the best, one of the best movies ever. That's why it's in my Letterboxd top 4. However, the best movie ever, Independence Day. Oh my gosh! If you haven't seen Independence Day, what are you doing? It's been out for 30 years. It's been out for 30 years. What are you doing? It's on. I think it's on Netflix right now. The best movie ever. Oh my! It's an alien invasion on the 4th of July, and Bill Pullman is the president, and he gives this amazing speech about why we have to fight against the aliens. They nuke the White House. That's what the cover is. They nuke the White House. It If you take one thing from this video, watch Independence Day. It is, oh my gosh. I really love that book. Movie. I really love that movie. Sorry, I'm looking at my stack of books right here, and it's distracting me. But I really love that movie. It is the best movie ever, probably my most watched movie ever. It's really good. Okay, not final, but final movie. Casper. This is what I meant by Bill Pullman kick. The uncles from Casper, I hate them with a fiery, burning passion. And I know you're kind of supposed to, but they irk me so bad. I hate them. They freak me out. They freak me out badly, but it's very nostalgic because I used to watch it all the time when I was younger. Yeah. It has Christina Ricci in it. Misty Quigley. But yeah. These are my favorite movies. Okay. This last one, this is the big one. This is the big one that I could talk about for hours and hours because it is a billion years long, okay? This is a show. I got it for Christmas because they took it off Netflix. Okay. Okay, I'm sure you can guess what it is. I am certain you can guess what it is. My favorite show ever. The longest show I've ever watched. 15 seasons. You can... Okay. I love this show so much, so I don't feel bad talking trash about it. You can tell when they ran out of ideas for the show, which was about after season 3. I could talk about Dean Winchester. I could write essays. I could write a billion papers on Dean Winchester. He is such a deep character. He has so much to him. Even though it's a fourth wall thing. Even though he doesn't want you to know that there's so much to him, he just wants to be very simple, very straightforward, very easy to understand. There's so much to him. And Sam Winchester, same thing. But he knows that he's deep and he wants to be deep. And there are so many things that contributed to this. Their abusive father, their dead mother. It's... Oh my gosh. Wow. My favorite episode, I think, would be Baby. I can't remember what season that's in. But the one where the whole episode is filmed from the perspective of in the car. I love. Wow. I do think Supernatural is probably the best show ever. Also, I do like Smallville. Smallville's good. I tried to collect the big 3 Supernatural triangle. I've watched Teen Wolf, I've watched Supernatural. I've tried to watch Vampire Diaries 4 times. I can't do it. Elena Gilbert just makes me so angry, and I don't know why. I'm sorry, Elena Gilbert. I just can't stand her for some reason. Yeah. And then, yeah. That's all my DVDs. That's the final bit. Yeah. Anyway, I think that about wraps it up. This is a PSA. Remember, please. Physical media is depending on you. Only you can prevent the extinction of physical media in the digital world we live in, with the overtake of AI in everything. Only you can prevent it from ruining art, okay? Because everything I've explained in this, it's all art. Books, music, movies, it's all art, okay? okay? Especially Independence Day.